It's a wonderful Saturday evening, and I welcome you to the show that talks about all things creative arts, entertainment, trending issues right here in the creative arts and entertainment industry. This is The Chat with yours truly, AJ Safon, and I'm excited to welcome you for the next hour and a half as we go through all the things trending in the entertainment industry. We'll be having conversations on what it means for Black Sherif's song to be going viral across the world, and as well having a conversation about how we, all other artists, can be able to jump onto it and also see how we can ensure that Ghanaian music goes viral on all charts always. So stay with us for that exciting conversation. Of course, we also have our music review section where we take a look at the music videos released over the last 7 days as selected by you, our viewer. And finally, we wrap it up with a conversation on the red couch with a celebrity that joins us a little later on in the show. Like you may already know, if you're just tuning into the show for the first time ever, welcome. We do something really exciting where we dedicate a cocktail to the celebrity that joins us a little later on in the show. Today's cocktail is called Ogogoligo Matters, and it's inspired by our celebrity guest Screwface. I'll be joining us a little later on in the show. As I am at the Chat Bar, of course, powered by Brew Services, our cocktail is a very exciting blend of apple juice, grenadine syrup, mint leaves, and of course the winning ingredient, Good Day Energy Drink. This show is proudly sponsored by Good Day Energy Drink. A very big thank you to Kaufland Fashion for my lovely outfit. It's all bedazzled, literally hand beaded, and I cannot thank Kaufland Fashion enough. Find them on social media at Kaufland Fashion and also get yours just as bedazzled. I'll be right back with a whole lot more right here on the show. Welcome to The Chat. And now getting into the very first part of the show where we take a look at the music videos released over the last 7 days as selected by you, our incredible viewer, on social media. Now, our videos that we're taking a look at today are KS and Pablo, directed by Bread Knife, and Kojo Manuel and Kelvin Boy, featuring, and as well, Neptunes with Waiting, directed by Akwada Nyamit. And you're tuned into The Chat right here on City TV. Of course, we saw KS and Pablo, directed by Bread Knife, and Kojo Manuel, Kelvin Boy, Neptunes with Waiting. Now, joining me in the studios now to talk all about it, allow me to introduce, on my left-hand side, he is a member of the City FM and City TV team. He's a member of the production. He's a radio and TV guy, and he's also our East African correspondent on all things entertainment. Ekor is in the building. Hi, Ekor, how are you?
The last part is BB Pass.
East African correspondent.
When you started, I was waiting for the last part.
That's where it is. And it's always a pleasure to have two of my favorite people always joining me in the city. Whenever they come, I know like they're coming with the facts, they're coming with the figures, and they're coming with the direction and the education when it comes down to the music industry. Allow me to introduce, he is a software engineer consultant and a man who knows all about algorithms. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Apia Sai. Hi, Sai.
Hi, how are you?
It's good to have you in the studios.
Yeah. Abi, you dog me.
Oh, I could never. I mean, you are chopping a big money, so you don't need me. You don't need me.
I go talk, I'm off air.
I swear, like catching stray bullets. But this gentleman as well, allow me to introduce my final guest, is honestly one of the best kept. I don't know if it's a secret, but if you don't know him, then you're definitely doing yourself in the entertainment and creative arts industry. This man knows his stuff. He knows everything and anything, and honestly, a national treasure when it comes to the entertainment industry. Ladies and gentlemen, is Kofi Boachi Ansah, aka Beat Menace, producer, audio engineer, creative director, and he joins me here on stage. Hi, Kofi.
Thanks
it's good
for having
to have
me.
you.
It's always a pleasure, hanging out with you guys.
Yeah.
Nice cocktails.
I know, it's Ogoglogo.
Wow.
So that's what we'll be tasting a little later on the show.
I see.
But let's get straight into the music video aspect. We had KS and Kojo Manuel, media personality who's now also dabbling into music, and their videos. What did you think? I will start with you, Apia Sai.
Okay. Right. So with KS and Pablo,
yes,
I was lost and I'm still lost.
Oh.
Yeah. I couldn't really get what the whole concept was about. From the start where he was kneeling down, the lightning in the effect was on point. I liked it. Then someone is floating in the air. It felt like it was heaven.
Yeah.
Then it's like in the morning in Ghana. Then the next time he's drowning. I'm confused. So it's difficult for me to say much about it. I just feel like the director saw this as an opportunity to exhibit all that he could do. So there were a lot of effects there, a lot of shots or scenes that really, to me, weren't necessary in this particular music video. So that's my take on that. And with Kojo Manuel and the other guys, I was expecting more dance. I feel this Amapiano vibe and all of these things are like back in the days Azonto. So what made Azonto sell, which I believe is the dance that came with it. And looking at songs from arts like Sefa, Ichok, I felt the dance also made that song go far. So coming in with a song like this, I was expecting a lot of like dance moves in there, which I didn't see. Yeah, so with that one too, I expected more like moves, and if possible a new move to go with the song. Yeah, but I didn't get that as well. Yeah.
Okay, I agree. Coming to you, Akol, what were your thoughts about that particular, or the two videos, and which one stood out for you?
Yeah, for me, for KR's video, I think I beg to differ from Appiah's side. For me, the concept stood out a little bit because of the whole, like the props that were used in the video. So like the cross at the back with the whole fire thing, like it worked for me, because then you get the sense that, oh, this is a song about, that has to do with something like religious, like prayer, like the song says in Bible. So then you could feel it and everything. So for me, that was it. But I side with you when you say like some of the shots were unnecessary. I mean, like it was just from here, then you go to the next one, then you go to the, so you don't see the transition of the shot. The color grading for me, I think it was a little bit too much, especially when he, like the aerial shot for the green with the boat, it was, the canoe was, the canoe was too, I feel like it was too much. For Kojo Manuel and Calvin Boy and Neptunes, I feel like that was good. I enjoyed it. It was relaxing, I should say. Yeah, and I think kudos to Kojo Manuel. I mean, the venture he's branching into, he should just, you should hit it harder. It will come. It will come. Okay. Yeah, but for me, it was Kojo Manuel and the guys. I mean, that was cool.
Alrighty.
That was cool.
Well, coming to you, Kofi, your thoughts about these two videos?
I'll start from Kojo Manuel's video.
Yeah.
A very interesting song, and I think Neptunes is a phenomenal producer.
Yes.
I am really curious to see, like, you know, his next couple of releases and what they're going to sound like. The video, on the other hand, was engaging for a while, and I was a little let down, primarily because I felt the camera angles it was just mostly medium shots, okay? The shakes were a little too much and unnecessary. I loved the shakes that were
on the
synced, on the beat. Those were really interesting, you know? But every once in a while, you know, it was like, you know, just a handheld shot. And to me, it was nearly as if there was no specific intention behind that creative decision, you know? So for me, that was a letdown a little bit. But it's all in all, you know, the visuals were pretty good. I think the color grading could have been better, but it's a lovely song, lovely video. Kiara's video, on the other hand, first off, it's great to see Kiara is back to making music. He's been around for a while. A lot of people don't know that. And he was one of the early proponents of the pidgin rap. Really? Apart from, well, you had the native funk lords who like, but you know, after a while, you know, for a great number of years, no one was really venturing into pidgin rap, and he was doing it consistently for quite some time.
Wow.
And then you had people like One Love also doing it, and you know, it's great to see that he's still on top of his game. I mean, he's a top business guy, and he still has, I mean, he's still killing it on the microphone. So for me, that was an amazing thing to see and hear. I loved the general approach of the picture quality of the video, because in this day and age, people are going after super sharp imagery, and you could tell that the director was pegging the visuals on some sort of wishful thinking and a prayer. So I think that's what informed that soft image look, right? It was very scenic. Maybe sometimes the softness was a little too much for me, but all in all, it worked for me, like, you know, personally. And it was like a short film, because there were moments where like the music will cut, you'd hear like Foley sounds and sound effects, to draw you into the picture. And all in all, I think it's a pretty interesting video. The only downside to it for me is the runtime. And on certain platforms, maybe they might have a limitation on the runtime of, because airtime is pretty expensive. So, but then again, I mean, his main mode of dissemination is online, so it works perfectly well.
That, yes.
So I mean, kudos to both guys and the teams that work on the videos.
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
We'll be looking to see more of it.
We would hope so. We would absolutely hope so. What are people saying on social media?
Yeah, so this one says, this is deep. The message is loud and clear. That's from Norte Diego. Aaron says, chills, love it from start to finish. Wow, Aaron doesn't agree with us. Yeah, Ellie says, you have to be on a certain level to have this clarity of thought and expression of feelings through these lyrics. This is one, if not the best of masterpieces in Ghana music today. This is certainly going far. Wow. Kweku Poku says, spitting pure fire on the beat. A clear message, unraveled lyricism, and crisp visuals to match. Expect nothing less from Kiara for the whole for those in the middle. Album is a vibe. On Kojo Manuel and Kelvin Boy with Neptune's Waiting. I didn't know this song was from a Ghanaian, big time banger from Ernestina. Kelvin Boy did well with this one, at least. Kelvin Boy is music. This is what Mohammed thinks. Ama KJ says, Kelvin Boy never disappoints. Big time tune. Ibrahim New says, I'm a piano from the West. Hi.
I like. Well, we'll be back with a whole lot more right here on the show. We're going to be talking about what it means for artists such as Black Sherif, who've topped and become one of the most globally Shazam song this week. Now, how does that impact the Ghanaian music scene? What does that mean? And a whole lot more we'll be taking a look at right here on the show. So don't go anywhere. The chat continues right after this. You're tuning into the chat right here on City TV. My name is AJ Kwako and I hope you're enjoying it. And of course, inviting you to get interactive with me with the hashtag #TheChat. Of course, the show is proudly sponsored by Good Day Energy Drink. And a very big thank you to Kaufland Fashion for my bedazzled outfit. Find them on social media at Kaufland Fashion. Of course, our cocktails, which will be served very shortly, is powered by Brew Services. And I'll allow the incredible gentleman behind Brew Services to come serve us the phenomenal cocktail named, with a very interesting twist, is Ogoglo Matters. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but it's named after our celebrity guest who will be joining us a little later on the show, Screwface. Now, while the cocktail is being served, I also encourage you that as we enter into Easter festivities next week, and I know, yes, next week is Easter, if you have put in a thought to how certain people may celebrate it, I encourage you to think about the orphans. So every year, City FM and City TV go to spend some time with those that do not have family, the orphans, for the Easter Orphan Project. And we invite you to join us this year as we do every year, and do so by contributing what you can to the mobile money number 0550-900-006. That's 0550-900-006. Send your kind donations to us as we go and support, feed, and maintain the orphanages that we have relationships with, including the Basco Orphanage in Troto. And of course, you can drop off your kind donations here at City FM and City TV behind Adabaka Police Station, or call 0550-900-006 for more details. Now let's get into the conversation now. And still joining me in the studio, I have Eko Kumson here with us at City FM and City TV in the programs department. We have Apia Assign. He is a software engineer, a man who's known for his algorithms. And finally, Kofi Boakye Answer. He's better known as Beat Menace. He's an audio engineer, creative director, and a man very knowledgeable in the music industry. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me. It's all a gentleman panel. I like it.
Yeah.
Hopefully the testosterone doesn't go a bit overboard. But
gentlemen,
focusing in on our conversation this week. So this week, we had very exciting news. Black Sherif's new song, Kweku the Traveler, not only became number 1 in Ghana, it also became number 1 in Nigeria and went on to become number 1 in many different countries, like Guyana and some Caribbean countries, and it went on to become the number 1 most globally Shazam song in the world. It's incredible that a Ghanaian song released just a few weeks or a few days ago actually will hit such high marks. Now, what does that mean for our entertainment industry? Is this something that means that every Ghanaian artist can now replicate the success? Was there something in particular that was done to be able to recreate this success, and can we recreate it easily for other artists? This is a conversation we're going to be having right here on the show. But starting it off with Appiah Sign, a man who's good with his algorithms. You've come on the show many times and you've told us or taken us through how songs can be number 1, how the algorithms can be managed, for lack of a better word. What were your observations when you saw that the song was charting everywhere?
Okay, so it first started from when the Burna Boy thing started.
Yes.
Right. And I've been here and I've mentioned before that when it comes to streaming and what's recommended and all of that, it boils down from trends. And as much as we go on these platforms to listen to music, they want to keep you there as long as possible.
Okay.
That's where the recommendations come in. So you see it on YouTube and all of those guys. Right. So when you have trends about you going on, they listen, they search, and they try creating content around that. Fortunately for Black Sherif, her name, his name, how he spelled his name is like straightforward, Black and Sherif, right? So if you want to like make meaning out of trends with his name, it's easy. And from when the Burna Boy feature was about to go on and when it went on and all of that, he's been one of the people that were being talked about, right? So from then to the label issue, he was still in like the trends till when this song came in, even the 3 music performance.
Yes, which
so
was stellar.
Right. So from this point till when the song was released, he was already one of the most talked about. Now, the other day I mentioned something about playlists, and I told you it's a way artists could intentionally train these systems to recommend them. And it's just similar to how Twitter trends also work. If people are talking about the same time at the same time, then the assumption is that it's something they want to let others know about. So if you have your song being playlisted very often, or not on the same playlist, listened by many people, but on different playlists, it means, one, you are on high demand, which may not be true.
Yeah.
And also, it also means the playlist in which you are found, you are similar or like the songs on that playlist. So if someone like Black Sherif is being pushed by the right hands, then you want to start putting his songs on certain playlists, which is why you will see him making waves in certain countries that you don't even expect. Yeah. So aside the song being good, these are some of the measures that if you have the right team behind you, you can use these tricks to push your song to like the right audience. Okay. In as much as the playlist can also work, it also can sometimes vote you down. And it happens when attention is paid to the first 30 seconds of the song. Okay. So there's something called skip-through rate, which is what happens when a listener listens to the first 30 seconds of your song.
And then
so, correct. Okay. So if I start listening and I skip, the assumption is that the previous song and the next song are not sitting well with you. So whenever the previous song and the next song are around, you shouldn't be there. Right? So if you are not placed in the right playlist, you could have the best song, because maybe I'm listening to gospel and the next thing is a hip-hop song, and I skip. It doesn't mean that hip-hop song is not right, but the mood in which I was when I was listening to that song or those songs
will prevent me from paying attention.
Yes. So if you are not even placed in the right playlist, or you don't get the right people to advise on how to go about this, you can push and boost however you want, you will not see. So with Black Sherif, this means for us as Ghanaians, the world and Nigeria is not impermeable as we think. That's what it means. Yeah. We can penetrate by learning the right things to do and doing them at the right time. Yeah.
Okay. Now, coming to you, Kofi, Nigeria has largely been seen as impenetrable.
Yeah.
We have tried, I think it was only early on in the late 90s, early 2000s is when Ghanaian music really saw a surge in the Nigerian market, where the VIPs, the Tic Tacs were really flying the flag. But since then, we've largely seen a dip in how much Ghanaian artists get heavy rotation in Nigeria. Of course, people like Sarkodie will break through, will have people like Kiddy and Kwame Eugene or King Promise on the rotation, but never enough to be the first person on the top Nigerian 100. Black Sherif has changed that. What do you think accounted for him being able to penetrate Nigeria? Was it Burna Boy's collaboration? Was it because he went to go and do press there? Or was it something else?
I think it's a combination of all these. I have never been one to just take a one-sided opinion to say their market is not penetrable, because our artists have a history of very poor promotion, a culture of poor promotion, period. You understand? I think I mentioned here that pre-COVID, specifically in the year 2019, the most popular Ghanaian song in neighboring Benin was VIP's at Homekawom, which came out in 2002.
If we can't
maybe their market isn't as open to allow foreign music, period, as much as we allow it. But that's not to say we can't penetrate their market. You need to be intentional, okay? Now, I think the last time I was here, or maybe a couple episodes back, I did mention something about cultural policy.
Yes.
We have a very poor culture policy in Ghana, period. And that's why from TV, you see like Spanish telenovelas, you see a lot of stuff celebrating Chinese culture or just foreign culture, period.
Yes.
You understand? And it's the same with music. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, I mean, culture is dynamic. So, I mean, we live in a global world. So no matter what, there's going to be some cross-pollination of sorts. But you need to be really intentional about the sort of stuff you put, on the media.
Yeah.
You understand? Because it shapes perception and thought and consumer habits and so on and so forth. So I think Black Sherif did obviously he's working with a team that is very intentional about what they're doing, and very likely it's the Empire machinery, major label machinery at work right now. You know what I mean? Knowing the proper editorial playlist to go, very strategic marketing, PR, and that sort of stuff. Even with a bad press, I'm sure they leveraged on that. And in the entertainment business, there's a very popular phrase that there's no such thing as bad press.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a very myopic and a one-sided argument to say that our music doesn't penetrate. Because, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of music, popular music in Nigeria is also influenced by Ghanaian music.
Yeah.
So that's a way of penetrating. Okay, so I think it was a combination of a lot of things, the bad press or the supposed bad press. We never saw the contract he signed. So the supposed bad press, the Burna Boy feature, because Burna Boy, his name carries a lot of weight, in the Afrobeats space. And also you need to be aware of your target market, and you need to prepare your deliverables to meet that market. I wasn't crazy about the mix for the regular song, Kweku the Traveler, but I love the song. But for those who use Apple Music, you realize that it was available in Dolby Atmos. That's the format of the future. And he's the first Ghanaian artist to do that.
Wow.
You see, so you need to be at the cusp of what's happening, because believe it or not, technology drives the commerce of art in the world we live in. I mean, he was breaking down algorithms, and he was mentioning skip rates and stuff like that. It's machine learning.
Yeah.
You understand? But if I've invested lots of money, I have like the AirPod Pros, I want to hear my stuff in 3D, and I go from a Burna Boy, I go from a Rima to Wizkid, and all that is available in Dolby Atmos. All of a sudden your music comes and it feels flat some way. You understand? So I think the time is now. We need to inform ourselves about what's happening globally, because we are in a global village. I mean, if there's one thing COVID taught us, it did teach us that the world is actually much smaller than we perceive it to be.
Now, I want to touch on Big Label and how Big Label can influence this, and if it should be something that Ghanaian artists should deliberately court big labels' attention to be able to break through that glass ceiling, quote unquote. But let me touch on how songs go viral. We could say that a contributing factor of how widespread the song went was maybe from the free music performance, the visuals, the water, the rawness of that performance, and TikTok, and how people have been happy to replicate that. Now, artists of late seem very intense in activating their songs beyond just putting out and doing promotion about it, getting people to want to vibe to the song, to create videos about the song. Is this something, and we've seen a few artists that are very happy to sort of release their song and it's just wait for the song to build, while others are very active about pushing the TikTok angle. Is this something that every artist should focus on, how viral the song should be now? In 2022, if your song doesn't go viral on TikTok, then you haven't really had a hit at all. I'll start with you, Simon.
So at any point in time, there's something that becomes like the prime tool to promote content. So if now we feel it's TikTok, why shouldn't you use it? Because at the end of the day, you may not find your target audience at the same place all the time. So you want to broadcast your strategies, like cut across as possible, so that wherever you find them or they find themselves, you find them there. That even brings me to the part where you mentioned the Shazam thing, right? If that data could go into details, it could tell you where they Shazam from.
Right.
Are they Shazamming from pubs, bars, on TikTok? Yes, like how are they doing that? Because if you can also tell where the most Shazams are coming from, then the next promotion you should want to target that. Yeah, so it's like looking out for the tools available at any point in time and using them to your advantage. Things change. Like in some years ago, what was Shazam? It was just for you to identify the next song and that's it. But today, Shazam can predict, or it can be used to predict the next hit. Because looking at the rate at which people are Shazamming a song, like how trends are determined, can tell me, yo, look out for this song. So that is how labels like the big guys, I don't want to mention their names, would then look like, okay, in the last 24 hours, this Ghanaian guy is everywhere.
So let's
like
go to him.
Tap in before he realizes that he is this like vibrant.
Wow.
So they come in early. They throw very small amounts because you don't even know what the impact you're having over there. They come and close you. So they are using these tools, and that's why they cut them young. And you later realize like, oh, I should have.
You could have held back for more money.
Yes.
Okay.
So they take decisions that are informed by such tools, and it helps them. Because if before this deal and after this deal, let's measure the success. Black Sherif had, I think, 2 songs that were really, but this one song
has
in a short, correct. So maybe even without them, this one song could have made the same impact. But they came in when they felt like he was promising. If they go in at this time, they are going to recoup whatever investment they make. So coming back to the tools question, like at any point in time, the team behind you, they should know what is driving the market. Like where can you find your audience? Are they online? Are they offline? Plan a promo around that, then activate it.
Okay, Eko, your thoughts about it? Being viral, is that a key component to ensuring that your song is a massive hit?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, because you realize that back then, when people release rap music, they'll tell you, oh, do your own version of it with the beat. So then it was the beat that was recording in people's minds. So once the moment they hear it, it just clicks and they know, oh, it's coming from here. Now we've graduated to the point where we are now at the point, or we are the place where we have TikTok. So let's use it. And for me, the performance at the award ceremony was what broke it all out, because you see that he was also very smart about it. Right after the performance, he dropped the song, because that was the first time he performed the song at the performance, and the props that came with the performance, everything, like the feel of it, gave people like, oh, like this song is so nice, like where can we get it and everything. So the moment it drops, everybody wants to know it, everybody wants to hear it. And it's something that we tend to like undermine, but also the language of the song was also part of the fact, like the contributing factor for the song going viral.
The fact that it was English?
Yes.
Really?
Because the catchy phrase in it, the Kweku the Traveler, all of these things were things that people could understand. I can bet you if he said it, or if he said the same phrase in Chi or Ga, it wouldn't have gotten to where it got to. Because you get. So now, if I'm in Nigeria and I now have to maybe get a friend who understands Chi to explain it to me, I wouldn't be able to like enjoy the song. But now if I can, who has never done this, even hands in the air, okay, this is what it means. So that's also something that's getting the song to go viral. I mean, we can look at so many songs. Kiddies touch it. Just the phrase touch it is something that everybody could identify with. So then it will get the song to go viral. So I feel like, yes, it should come with challenges and everything, but it should also be in simple language for people to be able to understand, for people to be able to connect to the song. Because, I mean, the song was also quite aggressive. I mean, that's what people like. People want it, a little bit growl. I don't want it too dull. Yeah, we have the people there, but the youth of today, I mean, I think because the system is hot. They want to rave,
they want to vibe.
Yeah, the system is hot.
About the lyrics thing, in 2009, somewhere in the States, there was this study that collected data between the year 1995 and 2003. And the plan was to look at the trends that they could identify in #1 songs on the Billboard. And they stated clearly that they realized songs that were more comfortable, had meaningful lyrics, should I say, relating to the audience or the listeners, had more plays or more streams, and that's why they became number one. So it just goes to support what Eko is saying, that sometimes, like I keep hearing people saying, well, music is a language. It's like
you can break through.
Yeah, no.
You feel it.
Yeah, there's been instances where songs we don't know, like Gangnam Style, Zoblazo. Yes, like there's been songs that have really made waves here that we don't really understand. Yeah. However, studies with data says if people understand what you are saying, they relate better, and it allows the song to fly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Kofi, is music that you cannot understand breaking through the exception and not the rule? Do you necessarily need to put it in a language that is easily assimilated by your audience to be able to ensure that the song can rise at the speed that you want it on the charts?
Yes and no. Speaking about songs in broad terms might be a little restricting for for pop songs.
Right.
Okay. Ebo Taylor performs primarily in Fanti. He performs at sold-out shows around the world. Places like Japan, Norway, Finland, they are singing word for word in Fanti. So from a songwriting perspective, I will say you need, in songwriting lingo, there's something called a hook. Kweku the Traveler is a classic hook. If you never F up, show your hands. And there's that crowd interaction, crowd engagement. People are drawn to the song because they feel you are speaking to them. So I don't think is much the language. Mention one song where hits past Premier Gao. I don't have a clue what they're saying, but I sing the hell out of that song. Yeah. You know what I mean? So songwriting is a craft. It's an art. There are people you go to, like in pop music, like in North America, like, in the West. In the last 60 years, 80% of the top pop songwriters are from, I think, Sweden, some parts of Scandinavia, who migrated to the US because they have a culture, like the nature of their folk singing and stuff is very catchy. And they harness that and bring it to the pop, the pop space. It's like ABBA, Dr. Luke, Max Martin, and all the guys they mentored. They are the top songwriters in the pop world today. You see, so you need to be very intentional about how you craft songs, how the songs are arranged, and how it's obviously how it's performed by the artist. It's nearly as important as the song you sang it in. Okay. The most exportable Ghanaian tree phrase in popular music, in Afrobeats, is Odoewu. It's not an English word.
And I think, I'm sure there's so many different countries that have imported that and used that.
Yes.
But now let's come to big label money or connections. There have been rumors, there have been conversations around Black Sherif himself being signed on to a distribution label, or so we can classify as such.
Yeah, a distribution company
A
offering
company.
label services as well.
services.
So it's also a label.
Yes.
Okay.
So, do you think that particular organization may have been playing a very instrumental part of the song going or skyrocketing the way that it has?
I think so, yes. I think so. I think so. Because I think Black Sherif also made it a lot easier for them to do their job.
Right.
Because he was gaining some kind of traction, and naturally they amplified it because they have access to major label infrastructure or machinery to have it permeate, you know. Because I've seen other people sign onto Empire that didn't have as much. But you know, the artist and the song in question is also, and that's why I had to break down the songwriting thing, because it's possible Black Sherif might have even bigger songs than he does now, or he may never achieve this level of success. Again,
having a conversation with him on Wednesday, he said he has hundreds of songs that
I believe it. I believe it.
And many of them he really does believe are better than this and are going to blow our minds.
I believe it. I mean, I've met him once. It was at he came with his manager to the studio. I was running a session. This was a couple of months ago. I think it was late last year, actually, or early this year. I can't remember. And you know, we had a conversation. He's a very funny guy too. You know, he has an amazing sense of humor. Yes. So yeah, we're speaking, and he said, you know, if he had his way, he would do more singing and rapping. And I found that really interesting. So he seems to be like very young, but he's super talented. He's got very big dreams, and I think he will achieve them, you know, with the right team around him. He is, yes.
Even in terms of his songwriting abilities.
Yes.
But now, finally, before we wrap up the conversation, what does this mean for our artists moving forward? Does Black Sherif doing this historical thing and charting in ways that we didn't even think was possible in such a short amount of time mean that Ghanaian artists all over can be able to do the same? Is this almost instantly everyone can walk through the door that Black Sherif has kicked open? Sign.
The answer is no. Like, everyone can just
Actually, I'm like, wait, what?
like, no, but like everyone can just go and have the same impact.
Really?
Yeah. Like it was planned. It took time, as I told you, dating back into the days where even the Burna Boy thing started and all of that.
So it's getting the talkability going for
right.
months.
It was planned and it was released at the right time, like I mentioned. Immediately after the performance, it was released. So this was strategic, like it was intentional, like Beat Menace also mentioned. I also realized one thing which I feel the youngsters should pay attention to. They should learn from the main guys. Correct me if I'm wrong, but years back, I have realized Sarkodie most of the time performs new songs on VGMs.
Yes.
He did the same.
And it's almost always something they do with on international shows.
Right.
Everyone wants to release something new because you know, so many people watching, it means instantly the song is going to go viral the next day.
Correct. And it was a live show he was on, and most of these award shows are live. So he has done this, and if I'm not wrong, I can't really mention all of the songs, but there are songs in there like Brighter Days and all of those things. Those songs were songs that he performed first time on VGMB, and after that, it's was making waves. So if Black Sherif also, whether intentional or it just happened, like there's some trend in here where if you are given a huge platform like that, it's an opportunity for you to come out with something new than what we already know. And I feel he used that opportunity very well, and that's why we are seeing this. So yes, the door is open, but it's still closed. If you want to go through, like, learn, prepare. I see Okonfo Kwade in Black Sherif. Storytelling. You can't go and sell things to people that they already have to them.
Yeah.
We've been struggling with Afro-pop and all. Today, he came with, is this drill or hip-hop? That's what they call it, right? American vibe and all. We bashed it. Today, see where it is.
Yeah.
Because it's unique to those that are listening to it right now.
Right.
So maybe uniqueness should be something we should look out for, not just joining the masses. Come out with something new, prepare it, package it well, then promote it.
I like the sound of that. Final words with you, Kofi.
Well, I think we should be more intentional to learn the commerce part of the music business. Artists should also find their own unique voice, because until Black Sherif came, I mean, you hear undertones of typical Ashanti Nyumkro singing, but it's not quite it. It's like a great-grandchild from that tree. And he's sing rapping, which is the thing now. That's what Drake and you know, even the mumble rap, that's what they do.
Yeah.
But this is a guy who can actually rap, and he's telling stories. So, I mean, what he's saying is really coherent, you know, so he really stands out. But, I mean, you did mention something about being viral. It might not work for every artist or every type of music. I think people just need to be intentional to find the ideal path to put their music out to the world. And I like what Appiah Sign said about him performing on that stage, and you know, the elaborate preparation and the set design and all that stuff. But what people didn't realize was he was courting attention, because number one, he's Black Sherif, he's the guy of the moment, and secondly, because of how, you know, the set design and everything, people were fixated on him, and he used that as an opportunity to break a new song. So people need to find what it takes to get that sort of attention, especially when it comes to engaging with their core fan base. And they should be very intentional about the sort of content they put out. And timing is crucial. And when they put it out, I mean, even before he blew, I think even Hammer.
Yeah, Hammer mentioned it.
Yeah, you see, so there was a series of very random yet mechanized things that literally, it was like a domino effect. And timing is crucial, because you can literally miss a very pivotal moment that you should take advantage to you know, activate some specialized marketing that will help break your art. So I think we should be very open-minded. We should open ourselves up, you know, to new markets by studying trends and finding where we fit and how to leverage that.
Wonderful.
For me, one last thing. I just want to add this. Please, let's not throw the legend tag on Black Sherif, because now that he has done this, he's now broken charts in Nigeria, and
he's a record maker, not legend.
Let's not throw the legend tag yet. Let's not, like, let's guard him. Let's guide him. Let's direct him instead of, I mean, sitting on various media channels and bashing him and calling him out and, you know, questioning what he's doing, everything that he's doing. Let's just guide him. Let's show him the path. Step here, don't do this, and everything. And I think he should listen. Yeah, he should also listen. And I think he will go really, really far.
I think so.
I really love him. And
I agree.
He's going to be the next big thing.
Absolutely. And that was my panel, ladies and gentlemen. I was joined by Akokum sitting here at CFM and City TV, Appiah Sign, CTO, Kisima, software engineer and consultant, and finally Kofi Boache Ansah. He is a record producer, audio engineer and creative director. We'll be back with more right here on the chat. Next, I'll be having a conversation with the one and only Screwface. Don't go anywhere. And you're tuning into the chat right here on City TV. Very big thank you to Kaufland Fashion for my lovely outfit. And of course, proudly sponsored by Good Day Energy Drink. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you were not jamming to this song a few years ago, then I don't know where you've been. And then when you see me in town, you should call me auntie, because this song was the hottest song in that year. Like, this particular gentleman has hits for days, and when he drops any of them, you literally have to get on the dance floor. It's exciting to finally have a conversation with the one and only Screwface. And this man doesn't look like he's aged a day.
Well,
like, you are probably one of the best looking Ghanaian artists I've ever seen. Like, after years later, you look amazing.
I mean, it's just by the grace of God.
And why did you stop giving us hits now?
No, I didn't stop. I mean, you know,
we didn't feel you. We didn't feel your presence
for a while.
Yeah.
Yes, because I mean, you know, when family sets in, you know, it's a whole different thing. And plus, I also wanted to, you know, I'm married. I got kids now, So I just wanted to, play that father figure role,
Yeah.
In their lives, because I know what it means, understand? Because, I come from a broken home. So, my mother being there, my father being over there,
Issues.
yeah. So I was like, you know what, I need to take a break for a while. Music is what I do, but I can always go and come back and do music. But first thing first, let me just take care of family. So
I love that.
Yes.
I love that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How has being a father now influenced your new sound?
With my kids and all, when you start having kids or when you have kids, your perception about life itself changes. You know what I mean? Now I see things from a different perspective.
Yeah.
I feel like the more I grow, the more my circle becomes like that. And it's more like now my main priority in life are my kids. Like my family. And now with the kind of songs too that I do, I am very particular about certain things, the words I use and stuff like that, because now they are looking up to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I try as much as possible to write good styles when it comes to my construction.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But it's so beautiful, being a father.
I love
you know
that.
What I mean? Yes,
I love that.
At first, I was a bit scared, but I'm like, because day in, day out, these kids, they teach you different things, and I'm like, God, I'm grateful.
Yes, I love that. Now, before anything, let me bring in the cocktail. So we have a special cocktail named after yourself, or in honor of yourself, called Ogogulu Matters by Bruce Services. So just for you. So it's apple juice, grenadine syrup, lemon leaves, and then good day energy drink.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Now, in terms of the music, you've come back. You're giving us incredible music. You've given us 2 albums back to back.
Exactly.
Tell me about those albums and the music on them.
Oh, okay. Okay, with what do you call my first album?
No.
Okay,
the
new one. Okay, well, basically, the new one it's called Classics.
Yes.
It's actually a project. It's not like my album, but it's like a project.
Okay.
So what actually brought about this whole thing was I kept having messages in my inbox.
Give us something.
Exactly. And these messages were mostly from older people.
Yeah.
You understand? Yes, like big men, big women, like influential people. They were like, "Screw, where have you been?"
Yes.
Well, it's been a while, man. These kids are just
Yes.
there.
I'm sure them. What's up?
You know what I mean? So one day I was driving. What really actually pushed me? I was driving and there was this guy, I think I posted it on Instagram or something. This guy just stopped me and was like, "King, please, you don't know me from anywhere, but I know you. I love your songs, please." So basically, in Ghana, like when they stop you, or you're thinking, Charlie,
you have to sort someone. You say no, don't sort me out. Give me music. Give me music.
So I put my hand in my pocket to just give him. And it was like, I don't want nothing.
I just want
all
music.
I want you to do is come back. Give us music. Give us songs. That's old vibes. So I was emotional for some time. I came back home and I'm like, screw. I think you have been selfish with your songs.
Yeah.
You need to
give us
do something. So I came back and then I just went straight into my archives, and I had to, like I was playing the CDs. Those days it was just CDs, compact disc. So I went in there, I played the songs, like most of it, and guess what? I had 120 songs.
What?
Yes. And these songs are from 2001 to 2021.
My goodness.
Exactly. So obviously I can't put 120 songs on the album, so I had to divide them. I spoke to my team, and mind you, I've been signed to a new record label.
Oh, amazing! Congratulations!
Yes, thank you. It's in the UK. It's called Black Culture Music.
Amazing.
Yes, they were working with Reggie and Boli.
Yes.
X Factor. Yes. So now it's my turn.
Oh,
so
wonderful.
I gave them the songs, and they were like, "Are you serious? Are you kidding me right now? You have all these songs?" And I'm like, you can't blame me. You know what I mean? So we put the songs together. That's why we call them. And these are classics. Main reason why we named the classics.
The classics, Volume 1 and then
so
Volume 2.
It's 56 songs. Yes, 56. Volume 1 and Volume 2. 28 here, 28 here.
Wow.
So, and these songs are from 2001, mind you. 2001 to 2021. So it's more like 20 years.
My goodness.
You know what I mean?
That's incredible.
And it's crazy. I have songs that I actually have a song with Shatawale. then Bandana. Yes.
This is amazing.
Exactly.
This is amazing.
And we did that song somewhere around 2007. It was produced by Sugar Tone.
Yeah.
You know, yes, I have JQ, with the producers, Apietus, JQ. I mean, I have a whole, you know, lot of like great guys. I also have songs with She, like Shatawale. I have songs with Captain Planet. You know, like, I mean, a whole lot of, you know, good artists. And it's crazy. And I released this song 25th March. That was, you know, last month.
Yeah.
And it has been amazing.
I can imagine.
Just
to know that you're back and then you're giving us incredible music.
It has been so beautiful. Like, I was surprised, you know, because, I mean, you know Ghana.
Yes.
You leave the scene for a while, coming back again, you are more or less like a new artist. So you have to actually start working your way up
from
again.
The top, yeah.
But with my case, it wasn't like that.
Wow.
You know, and I appreciate the support. Trust me, I appreciate the support. It made me feel that, yes, people actually, you know, love what I do.
Absolutely.
Exactly. So the streams has been beautiful. Like, I mean, you actually go on Boomplay, it's crazy. You go on Audiomack, it's crazy. iTunes, I don't even want to go there. You know what I mean? Yes. So the classics is out.
Yes.
Volume 1, Volume 2,
2.
56 solid songs.
Amazing.
You have Webo, you have Mabna, you have Blagaza, you have Ugo.
What?
You have I can
can't
go
wait. Like, it's incredible. Yes. Now, are we looking to do a tour? Are we looking to? Yes. Please tell me about that.
What I'm trying to do now is I'm going to start with a pop tour.
Okay.
It's going to be live band.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Live band. So the reason behind this is sometimes I feel, you know, we don't take the music to the people that much. You understand? It's always on TV and then social media, but this time around, I just want to take it to them. You know, because you know, Ghana is like a partying nation.
Yes.
You know, we love to dance, we love to have fun.
Absolutely.
You know, and especially Fridays. So I'm looking at doing a pop tour. I mean, in a month, I can, you know, I can play like 4 shows.
So
you know,
when are we looking to start it? Is there a starting date yet?
Not really, but you know, I'll put it out there as time goes on. I mean, my team and I, we are trying to put things together. So it's not just going to be Accra, Cape Coast, Sunyani. You know, we are bringing it there. We are taking it there. Yeah. So I mean, it's absolutely free.
Oh, amazing.
So what we are trying to do is, you know, sometimes we'll go on...
Connect with the people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll go on Facebook. I mean, you tell us your favorite artist you want to see, and then we'll see if, you know, we're coming, like, maybe if we come to one pub, we actually invite, you know, that artist to pass through. And then, you know, just have fun.
I love that. And I'm definitely looking forward to doing our listening on radio. But to wrap up the conversation, what else... We have the classic Volume 1, Volume 2 out now. Yeah. What else can we be expecting? Are we expecting a live show or a personal show or a concert maybe?
Like I said, the classics is just a project. But after the classics, I have my main album actually coming out. A 28, you know, track album. Yes. And it's great. That's like my main album.
Yeah.
And then I'm also, we are actually, I have a show in what we call Switzerland. It's a festival.
Amazing.
Yes, and it's all... you know, by the help of my new record, label Black Sherif Darlington. Thank you so much. So yes, we're going to go on a tour. It's going to be Canada, Switzerland, and then we're going to go to Germany.
Wow.
And then with like Accra, like I said, with the pop tour, we're going to have a pop tour, and also we're going to go to the schools.
I love
you know what I mean?
Yes.
I also, by God's grace, I've been able to come up with my own foundation. Yes.
So it's a Screwface Foundation?
Screwface Foundation.
Okay.
So basically what we are trying to do is, you know, have my own instruments and everything. I'm trying to bring the young, you know, teach the young guys, you know, to be more into live band. I mean, you can mime and everything, but live band is everything. I mean, Kojo Entry, Amachide Day was the one who actually told me that. Wow. You know, I went to visit him sometime years back, and he said, look, my brother, if you really want to you know, survive, you have to go into live. So basically, the foundation is about, you know, just the live band stuff, you know, teaching the young ones how to play live.
And time flies when you're having
fun.
And I wish we could do this forever.
That's why I'm actually trying to
we'll
put
do
everything
more.
in there.
We'll do more.
I'm trying to put everything in there.
On radio, but thank you so much, Screwface, for coming. We love the music. We're going to support the music, absolutely. And encouraging you to support it. Go on all the streaming platforms right now to Screwface and check out the classic Volume 1 and Volume 2. It's 28 songs a piece. Make it your listening pleasure this weekend and every day from now. Screwface on all social media platforms. And of course, find him, follow him, and support the music. A very big thank you for everyone who's tuned in. Of course, a very big thank you to our proud sponsor, Good Day Energy Drink and Kaufland Fashion for my bedazzled outfit. Follow them on social media at Kaufland Fashion. So I come your way again. Keep watching City TV.